Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Sentinel League 3.18. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to easily beat Blight maps. I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks, also the Atlas passive tree for farming Blight maps, in my opinion. Also, you can do normal Blight with this, and then if you want my Ravaged Blight guide, I have that separate. I'll leave a link in the description, but everything's going to be here. And now, let's start it off with the most important thing, in my opinion. It all starts with this Anoint on the Ring. Your meteor towers create burning ground for 3 seconds on hit. This bypasses the fire immune lane, and as long as you can make this hit the enemy, it works really well. So then the Anoint is a violet oil and an indigo oil, and you get the meteor creates burning ground for 3 seconds on hit. For this strat, this is all that you need. You don't need the ice one. The ice one's for the Blight Ravage maps. So, Meteor Tower Burning Ground. Okay, so now a little tip that you may not have known is I figured out that if you do the 30% slow through clear oil on a Blight map with this Burning Ground, it helps the monsters and bosses sit on the Burning Ground and die, and actually also it slows the monsters down to where the meteor can actually hit them, because the way the meteor works is if the monster's moving, it shoots at where the monster is, and if the monster keeps moving, it hits where the monster was, because there's delay of the meteor actually flying through the air. So slowing down the monsters this much is very, very, very useful. 30% to be exact. I tried 20. 20 is meh. 30 makes a huge diff. Okay, so then I remembered that there's a 30% move speed slow on Anomalous Mim, and Anomalous Mim gives it the increased effect, so it actually goes to 36, I think. It's a 36% slow, which is ridiculous. And when you do this with the Meteor Burning Ground, it makes the monsters and the bosses sit on the thing and they can't move. And then it also, the slow, besides just the Meteor and the Burning Ground, the slow makes it so the monsters have trouble, and bosses, they have trouble getting around your minions because they're getting body blocked. And normally the way they would get around is just walking around. But when they walk so slow, your minions can surround them over and over and over. And in the beginning, when we had the skellies and then when we added Mame or we did the clear oil, it was just like unbeatable because they couldn't get around the 40 skelly wall, It's insane. You put the skellies in a doorway and it really increases your success rate too. So skellies added to the build with the Val skellies really helps for normal Blight encounters. That is a thing. What happened to my... Guess I DC'd. Alright, so just the beginning is just the meteor, the burning ground. You build meteor towers, you don't build the freeze or the stun, and the meteor is supposed to carry you with the extra slow. So now I want to showcase where we would actually farm is there's 3 maps that you could use. There's Core, there is Waste Pool, and there is Toxic Sewer. So I recommend Toxic Sewer out of these 3. I find it the best layout. Core is a cool layout, except the Core boss sucks. Waste Pool has some backtracking. Toxic Sewer has some backtracking, but less. It's more like roundabouts. And then they're all very similar to each other. And then I find the blights on Core easier than Toxic Sewer if you want easier blights. Yeah. Like the shape of the blight ends up being easier. Toxic Sewer likes to go in a couple directions more often than not, where Core goes in one direction. Like with 2 lanes, Core likes to do one of 2 lanes, where Toxic Sewer splits it in half, which is a lot harder. The second thing is you probably would like to not roll mods that like the action speed can't be modified, or movement speed potentially, or maybe any tanky mods, because that would make the blight harder. And then I obviously have to actually use Toxic Sewer for these maps, for farming blight. And the reason Toxic Sewer, Core, and Waste Pool, if you didn't know, when you get a blight, you're guaranteed one of the lanes is an oil chest. So therefore, if you could limit the amount of lanes to 1, every chest is oil. Therefore, we figured out that Toxic Sewer in these maps like to push your blight to 2 lanes, maximum, like around on average, two lanes. So you're getting like way more oil chests just because you get less lands and just because you play these maps. So then you get more Blight maps, you get more Blight oils, and the tree specifically increases the amount of Blight maps and Blight oils. So that's the really cheesy part. So then this would be the tree that I would recommend for this. This was my endgame tree I made for this. So it blocks all the stuff except Blight and Blight and Heist, and then you have all the Blight stuff, you have the Strongbox stuff, you have all the quantity, all the increased effective modifiers, both influence stuff, the altars, and you can go whichever influence you want, and it looks really clean, and there's 3 extra points, which the 3 extra is this quantity, the Harby, and the extra quant in the middle. You don't technically need it, but it's nice, and then you would run all the Blight nodes, and this was the pathing I did. So I'll leave a link in the description to this tree that I made. It should be really nice for people, and then yeah, let's actually show a map, and then I'll probably show a Blight map too. Alright, all I'm going to do is do a Gilded Blight with my Toxic Sewer, and let's just go find it. And then the tree isn't exactly what I put, because I didn't want to change over my whole tree. I just left the extra rolling section. I didn't put the extra quantity, but it's basically it to simulate it. And then while making it, I realized you could also change it to where you don't go as much increased effect, and you can actually take the map duplication. And I think the map duplication works on Blight, on the Blight maps, because it was happening a little bit where I was getting more than one, which is kind of cool. But the increased effective modifiers and the quantity is also kind of nice. Not as much for the Blight. What do we get? 6 link, Divine Orb, I'm rich. There's a Blight. Let's check it out. 2-2, see? And then you can see there's 2 lanes, so then the way I would do it is just Meteor. And we have the Mim slow from the zombie, from the AG and the Spectres. And then they're aggressive because of the Feeding Frenzy. Technically, I have the wand that makes them aggressive, but even without that. So then, yeah, you would just do Burning Ground, Meteor, and you can then see... My Explode AG makes a huge fucking diff, obviously, but I find that the Burning Ground Meteor then actually helps with the clear. Like, if I can, the left side is actually dying just to the Meteor. Do you see the damage it was taking? Look, they're coming in half health. More than half health. Sorry, less than half health. You could even get them in here. You keep building meteors. And then we're guaranteed one of these to be oil, so we'll have 4 oil chests in this. And then they're lucky and stuff, and you get... And I did the gilded one, so I get 50% more rewards. But there was a Blight boss. Yep. 2 fire immune lines. It's actually pretty crazy. Oh, and then we got the duplicator boss as well. You can see the boss was half HP and I was attacking the other one. That was just to the meteors. Meteor Burning Ground. So that's why I say that the skellies can make a big diff for body blocking, especially on Toxic Sewer with these doorways. And then the Maim, if you had more sources of Maim, like instead of just the Spectre and the AG, because when my AG hits the pack, it's all dead. It's not as realistic as what you will actually be seeing of you slowing them and them not being able to move. Yeah, that's really the main. No Blight map. That's not the point. I beat it though. GG. Alright, now it's time for a Blight map. So how would I prepare this for you guys? Well, if you're trying to beat a Blight map, you would not want anything hard, so I would recommend Magic or Normal, and then you would roll through, and you're looking for something that doesn't get you killed or doesn't increase the difficulty. I can't remember if the cooldown recovery affects the... I think it does. LE weakness is fine for me, but it might be bad for you. I could have kept the other one too. I could have kept a bunch of those, but I was just rolling. We use sack frags. Make sure to not use stream of consciousness because it makes you not allowed to use fragments. Also, singular focus makes it so you can't drop Blight Ravage maps or Blight maps that are not favorited maps. And then technically, yeah, you would favorite what you would want to drop potentially of your favorite map, and then oil for you. For you, the viewer, if you want to win, triple clear is insane because the reduced monster move speed, it's the mim without mim, and it makes the meteors work really well. But you get more with lucky, obviously. You could do lucky oil, triple crimson, triple azure, two crimson, one black, whatever you want. There's so many options here, but the triple clear is the most consistent if you're just trying to see if you can do it, and the meteors will carry you. For this, I'll show the goddamn clear oil, even though I know I can already beat the lucky oil. The point of the video, I want to show you guys the slow meteor thing, and so I should be able to pull these two. I don't have damage except for the explode AG now, and let's beat it. So then the idea would just be the two meteors,
When I'm ready and not before.
and then you wait and you can build more, and you go, no way you can win this with just two meteors. Well, technically I'll have, like I said, the extra mim for the AG Spectre. They're aggressive, and then the explode AG might be insane. We'll see. Let's try it. I don't even have the golems. That's just the AG. Oh my god. That is insane. Look at him. Look at him. Boom. Boom. He's nutty. He's cracked. But then you can see the meteors shooting, and the range of the meteor tower is massive. Look how far it reaches. But then yeah, that's why, like, it has to reach really far, and then it has travel speed, and then it actually lands behind the monsters. You can already see it happening. It's already happening. We could wait for the next one. Just look how much damage they take from the burning ground, and it lasts for 3 seconds. So as long as a meteor hits there, look, another one. As long as a meteor hits each spot, then you're good to go. So more meteors, and you're safe, for sure. I could probably AFK with this now. You can see how aggressive the minions are. It's insane. That's the feeding frenzy. We'll probably build one over here or up here, because I only have the meteors on the right side right now. But you can tell how good the meteors are doing. So the monsters are there, monsters there. Far as fuck. We're not even maiming them yet. This is just the clear oil carrying with the meteors. It's insane. Look, this one's getting close. He's really low though. Oh, he's resistant to the fire tower. Still dies to the meteor, to the burning ground though. And once we slow him, here's a boss to show off a boss. We won't be able to like explode him, so let's see what happens. This dude's resistant to the fire, but look at that. He's dead. He's dying to the fire. Look how fast he's melting. And he can't move because of the mim. Oh my god, that's not my AG killing him. That's not my Spectres killing him, guys. That's the, because he can't move and the meteors are just wailing on him. It's insane. So then when you get into it and you get more meteors, it's really easy. It's just the beginning that's going to be a little bit awkward, because you don't have very many, and you obviously you won't be able to AFK if you're building meteor towers, but it's really insane that you can get carried by meteors and then maim and a slow, and that's Blight right now. These do way more damage than scouts. It's just that it's hard to make them land and actually hit. That's why we use the clear oil and the maim slow. It's such a sick video. Not everyone knows this. Actually, not many people know about the new Blight tech of never losing with just meteor towers, and it's insane that I don't even have my carrion golems or my zombies, and the meteor towers are this disgusting on a T16. Like, anyone can do this. They also deleted Juggernaut from Blight now in the most recent patch. So then the things I'll mention for AFKing Blight, you probably want your res cap, obviously, to defend. You could use a brass dome, or you could use a melding to raise your max reses. I highly recommend max chaos res 75 if you can, and 500 regen to survive these toxic bombs. They do so much damage, and I have 1,000 regen, and look at this with 40. So you're gonna want 75 chaos with 500 regen You want decent armor, you know, decent elite reses, because you're gonna have to be able to survive. You can also use cast damage taken a mortal call for the AFK, because you don't use bone armor while you're AFK. And then you can also automate use on full ruby flask for when you're AFK. Instead of, like, you'll go quicksilver, granite, with the quartz flask, and then you could use a ruby to decrease the damage of the molten, of the magma barriers and stuff. But look at the meteor damage. That's the burning ground, and this is resistant to fire tower. You could see that the meteor didn't do that much, but when when the meteor lands in the burning ground, it just starts melting. On Uber Blight, I showed that you can do the extra tower damage, the slow, and the tower cost. So you get a shit ton of meteors, and they do extra it's insane. This is just the normal one with just clear oil, showing how slow the monsters are. They're still pretty fast. That's why having the extra mim is really nice. Definitely a huge improvement that I made. Incendiary, frenzied, cracked. Look at all these guys. Then we have a proc shield with a boss. Beacon of Inevitability. Let's see what happens to him. He's getting there, and then the burning ground melted. You could see the meteor even hit him for a chunk too, even with him being resistant. So sick, dude. So sick. So that's how you would beat Blight with meteor towers, and pretty much anyone can do this. And it's completely broken, and then you could use this in the Blight encounters too to increase your chance in maps, because all you probably needed is more deeps to deal with all the monsters spawning. And then technically, if you're still having trouble in the Blight encounters and maps, you could take off immune response so that you don't have the faster Blight monster spawning, and it becomes a lot easier, but I expect your Blight to be so long. It'll take an eternity, and you will instantly want it back. We'll loot this together, and that will be the end of the video. That was really helpful, I think, for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be able to beat Blight encounters, Blight maps, Blight's destroyed, GG completely ruined. We broke the mechanic. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, it's pretty sick. Because the funny thing is, if you try using the Uber Blight strat on the normal, like if you use the freeze and the stuns and maps, it was a problem because they put Juggernaut in Blight, so then the Juggernauts would just walk straight through your freeze and stun, no matter what, they're immune. And then in maps, your pump only has like 10 HP. Also, it has less HP, and then each of those rares is doing like 2 or 3 damage, and the rares could have more mods than just Juggernaut, and Juggernaut was already insane. That's why the meteor burning ground, big diff there. Just kill it. Well, also now there's no Juggernaut even in it, but still, I find it really useful. They also changed it so that the ones that were immune to freeze and chill and shock and all that shit are no longer. They are just 80% or something. But again, I just do the meteor burning ground, just kill everything so it's dead and it doesn't get there and you don't get over. It's easy as fuck, and you just gotta slow the monster down so the meteor hits true. That was shit loot. You probably need lucky oil. That's my meme and lucky oil if you can. True. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this helped anyone at home if you were trying to do Blight as well. Hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys like this video, let's hit 69 likes in 2 days on this video. Nice. If you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you're notified of the next video. I got more insane, helpful videos to come.